First, please stay at your seat of your safety. Second, you can take pictures during the tour. However, please don't take any pictures of passengers as well as girls in mind custom handing out a flyer on the street decorated. Third, please refrain from posting pictures on SNS if you can see the faces of passengers and girls clear on them. At one place during the tour, you will get off the taxi and will wear headset to enjoy 360 degrees VR video. Now let's start Akihabara tour. What image do you have of Akihabara? This town is well known to be an electric town or a maker of subject. However, Akihabara is also a Grammy town where a lot of fine food restaurants of wide variety and are gathering. In 2000, Akihabara became a tourist site which gathered attention from all over the world as a maker of otaku culture or subculture. Famous of manga or comics, anime or animated films and video games. At the same time, the town functions as a center of IT industry and many business came in. As the number of visitors and workers in Akihabara radius increased, the number of restaurants aiming at increased in a short period. Actually, there was a kind of vegetable and fruit market. the biggest vegetable and fruit market in Japan, in front of present JR Akihabara Station from 1928 to 1989. Fresh vegetables and fruits from throughout Japan were on the market for about 60 years. Some restaurants loved by the market workers from that time still keep their business going and make the variety of restaurants in this town richer and more interesting. This is a recommendation 10 restaurants in Akihabara that carefully selected by an Akihabara interested. First, the taxi heads for a side street lined with small shops via JR Akihabara Station. While running, let me tell you briefly how Akihabara has come to be called a measure of otaku or maker of subculture. Until 40 years ago, Akihabara was the leading town of home electric appliances in the world. Many electric appliance stores gathered and sold the latest model of television, refrigerator, air conditioner, and audio products, and many people came to the town to buy those products. Also, foreign people who came to Japan for sightseeing or business visit Akihabara to buy made-in-Japan brand goods of high quality and inexpensive. That made good thus Akihabara flourish more and more. Then stores deals with personal computer and devices became the main street of the town, and Akihabara became Pasco or personal computer town that attracted many PC lovers. Many of PC lovers also loved manga or comics, anime or animated films, and video game. Naturally, shops deal with manga, anime, and video game related goods increase greatly. Finally, present Akihabara, well known as a machine of otaku, was formed. You will see the letter ATRU1, Ultra 1 on the building just in front of you. It is a station building opened in 2012. This improved of the image of Akihabara Station a lot of that. Step on here and you will resolve now you are in Akihabara. On the left-hand side is Akihabara Radio Kaika, the most well-known landmark in Akihabara with big yellow sign. If you took a look at the shops inside, you can tell what are now in Akihabara. This is the very birthplace of PC in Japan, where NEC sold the first Macau computer kit named TK-80 in 1976. Present Radio Kaika hosted many pop computer shops representing Akihabara. Look at your right side. Inside of the building is Parts Market, the origin of Akihabara Electric Town. There is no other places in the world where electric parts and device shops concentrate like this. Everybody enjoys making things by hand that contributed to the development of Japan. You see a lot of duty-free store buildings around the station. In front of you is Chuo or Central Street. This is the main street of Akihabara with the very image of a maker of otaku. Some visitors come to Akihabara to just take pictures of the street and get satisfied. Now coming into view in traveling direction is Bansebashi Bridge over Kanda River. Behind the bridge, can you see red brick construction? That is the elevated railway of JR Chuo Line. Once there was Bansebashi Station there, being a two-room station where passengers changed trains or terminus. The seat was always bustle with many people. Now Bansebashi Station was renovated as a shopping factory facility at Machiachi and opened it in 2013. The old red brick arch and stair add attraction to the factory where shops and cafes of a central taste arouse your intuitive curiosity. Look at in front of you, you can see only viaduct subline. The elevator railway of the subline was erected from Ryokoku to Ochanomizu in 1932. Its height is the same level with the three-story building, far higher than the Yamanote Line, another elevated railway. People came all the way to have a look over them. There is a beautiful arch-shaped Hatagocho viaduct nearby. You can see that later. Now Onoden is on your left side. This is the duty-free store. Later you will enjoy virtual retail experience at this store. The taxi is going round the back street. In a short time, the first shop will be coming into view on your left side. Now let me introduce the first restaurant of Akihabara food lovers' recommendation. This is Toriosuke, a ramen noodle shop. Do you like ramen? Japanese ramen, first introduced from China, evolved in unique ways in Japan. Now ramen is loved and well known as one of representative cuisine in Japan by many people in the world. There are so many different tastes of ramen with different soups such as salt, soy sauce, and miso paste base, as well as different think of noodles. Different ramen shops offer different ramen, and you will be attracted by the diverse and deep world of ramen. Among many ramen shops in Akihabara, this Toriosuke is very exclusive and offers the one and only ramen. The menu to boast about of this shop is a bowl of ramen taps with roasted chicken leg. The appearance of the menu is full of immaculate and spectacular, so your boast should be exact. The creamy soup with which chicken broth is so tasty. Other menus are also popular. For example, ramen with simple soy sauce-based soup made of fish and chicken broth, and tsukemen ramen noodle service supplied with very rich sauce. Try any menu of this shop, and you will never forget this unique ramen shop. Next, let me introduce so-called idol country in Akihabara. On the 7th floor of the building with the red sign brought up of your right on the other side of the street. There you can see the profile of popular idol groups such as Kamajoshi or Mask Girls. Speaking of idol group, the most famous one in Akihabara is AKB48. For the past olden years so Akihabara is the town where not only items but also idols are produced. The way interesting up their idols with photo of professional became well known and popular as odagi, as those fans are called idol otaku. Soon you will enjoy our experience at Onode, where we passed by at Chio Street. Onode is a duty-free store and electric store. Onode deals not only in products aimed at visitors from foreign countries, but also from Japan. For example, Japanese tradition characteristics is on the ground floor that introduce Japanese handwork of high quality. No other shops collect not display many Japanese tradition cards of high quality as well as wide range. The second and third floor are home application. The fourth floor is pop culture section where all shops deal in pop culture related goods. that represent today's Akihabara. I suppose now you feel hungry. Here, please enjoy VR video of 3 restaurants you will pass by later. With VR headset, you can enjoy 360 degrees image as you move your head and eyes in different directions. Please enjoy experiencing the virtual visit to the restaurant. It will be spectacular. was your VR expensive and how did you like the 3 restaurants appeared in the VR video? I will give you more detailed expensive of each restaurant when you pass by them later. The taxi is going round the back street. Girls in costume often hand out flyers on the street. Please refrain from taking direct photos of them and avoid posting any photos on SNS if you can see faces or pictures of those girls clearly. The next Akihabara food lovers recommendation is Akatsuka. What is your recommendation of the appearance? It looks as if time stopped here for decades, doesn't it? There is such a restaurant with a long history in Akihabara town. Akatsuka opened it in 1954 when Japanese people worked hard to rebuild the country after the Second World War. More than 60 years since then, Akatsuka has been loved by local people and watched the change of town. The wooden table and counter of the restaurant has warm atmosphere and reminds you of good old Japan. Popular menus include miso taste stew of chicken skins and liver, with of fresh fish in season from Toyo's Fish Market. Don't you think it's the best way to enjoy beautiful and sophisticated Japanese cuisine? Represent Japanese changing seasons with chic. Nowadays, the restaurant has more young ladies and foreigner guests in addition to long-time regular guests and offer workers the neighborhood. Please feel the history of Akihabara and Japanese culture at Akatsuka. There is Korobukiya, one of the top fine and place mold markets in Japan, or Super Potato, a well-known shonen video game shop in and out of Japan. There are many interesting shops on the back street. The street in front of you is Kanda-myoji Shinda Street. Can you see a building across the road with cute pink ribbon and heart-shaped object? That is the mark of At Home Cafe, a well-known and popular maid cafe in Akihabara, welcomed by men-san. You enjoy the incredible world forgetting your ordinary life. Quite similar to Japanese tradition, Ozashiki Asobi country in which you are entertained by Maiko-san. The taxi takes Chiyo Street, the main street in Akihabara, to get to the next restaurant. Softmap Akiba personal computer at the Georgia store on your left side has esports food Akiba on the 7th floor. Do you know esports? Esports is a play of electronic sports and a form of competition using computer games or video games. Esports is not so much familiar in Japan yet. However, its player population is more than 100 million in the world, and in some countries like USA, professional gamers are required to be professional sports players. This short street turns into a protection on every Sunday. Many people enjoy walking on the car-free street. In autumn, the leaves of roadside ginkgo trees turn bright yellow and look very beautiful. By the way, one of the reasons why ginkgo is often chosen as roadside tree is because it is strong to fire, as its trunk and leaves keep a lot of water. Those roadside ginkgo trees block strong sun of summer reason and are both for indoor and improve sense of the environment, and moreover protect us from fire. Now let me introduce another Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The third one is Akihabara Nagomido, a cafe located on the basement floor of the building on the opposite corner. It appeared in the VR video. This Akihabara Nagamito is interesting cafe and being talked about a lot. Instagram is also popular in Japan with more than 33 million users, and once a Japanese word Instabe, meaning interesting or perfect photos or Instagram with fashion. This Akihabara Nakamito is an interesting cafe and being talked about a lot. The concept of the cafe is Taste of Daisho area from 1912 to 1926, when Urage craft was introduced into Japan lifestyle. Old books and entire future create a nice space with nostalgic taste, and anyone can't help taking pictures. This cafe is also unique as it offers about 1 million comic books that guests can read as they like. Not only that, showrooms rented note pieces as well as better translator are available. Because of this good service, quite a few people work from Nagomido. By the way, a Japanese word Nagomi used in the name of the cafe means feeling of calm and relaxing. If you visit Akihabara Nagomido, the cafe should relax your heart. Let me introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The first restaurant is Gyusha. It is on your right-hand side, the opposite side of the road. If you ask the Japanese people which food do you like most, crazy always among the top is hamburger. Hamburger origin came from overseas and evolved in unique ways in Japan, just like ramen noodle. Today, hamburger is a popular food and loved by people of a wide age group. Hamburger in Japan is so soft that many foreign guests have and heart just after having a bite. Popular good hamburger restaurant in Akihabara is this Gyusha. Hamburger made of 100% beef, including famous Wagyu. It's very juicy and has a direct and soft feel in the mouth. Take one bite, and the meat flavors bite throughout your mouth. Please make a choice among 5 different sauces, such as peppers or garlic. Another popular menu here is grill and rice topped with the popular hamburger. Grill is so savory and have plenty of beef meat, and Shinjuku steeped in red wine and is talked about a lot. Believe or not, the restaurant offers a big side hamburger as heavy as 1 kilogram. Why don't you try having hamburgers to make unforgettable memory in Akihabara? Let me introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The 5th restaurant is Bengalu. The previous restaurant Gyusha has a Korean menu, and Bengalu is a Korean special restaurant. Korea also came from overseas and evolved in unique ways in Japan, just like ramen noodle and hamburger. It is common in Japan to have curry with rice, and curry and rice is a regular menu of school lunch in elementary and junior high school, and many Japanese people love it since their childhood. Among many curry restaurants in Akihabara, Bigo boasts the longest history. It opened in 1973. Since then, it has been loved by people in Akihabara for almost 50 years. The owner said that some guests who used to come to Bengalu when they were young often visited the restaurant again with their family. The restaurant has a comfortable atmosphere that makes you feel at home, and young ladies often visit here to enjoy nice curry in a relaxed space. All curry menus are cooked here with special curry powder made by Mitsuki with their special and herb. Representative menu is filling beef curry with curry of beef meat. It is fragrant after. Let's move on to next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The 6th shop I introduce is Maid Cafe, named Honey appeared in their video. Maid Cafe represents the culture in Akihabara, a maker of otaku. It is one of the play cafe where visitors in maid customer welcome guests as their master or trainers and give them hospitality. Maid Cafe has engendered a high popular among not only Japan but also foreign people since its birth in 2001 as represented countries in Akihabara. Honey is a very popular maid cafe with men and women. The cafe offers such a wide variety of drinks that groups of people choose honey instead of travel to enjoy drinking party, and a business person after work often stops by alone. Honey will add something special to your memory in Akihabara with cart-made sun and direct menus. Why don't you experience the feeling of moe, the butterflies you get in your so much? Let's move on to next shop of Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The seventh shop introduces Tetsudo Izakaya Little TG Way, located on the fourth floor of the building on the left-hand side of you. This travel also appeared in VR videos. It's said that there are about 2 million trains in Japan. Train system in Japan is very advanced and evolved in unique ways, and trains are always operated very punctual. Little TGV is very new train with concept of Japanese railway. One step inside and you will see real trains are used, and a large railway terminus is displayed. It's just like a railway theme park. Menus are also unique. Everything has something to do with railway or train, such as drink of the colors of Shinkansen boat train, or decide still with remind you burn red hot coals, and enter your palate as well as ice. train sales as well as those who aren't so knowledgeable about railway. Both children and adults will have a happy time in Testo Izagaya, a railway terror. Little TGV families with children often visit here on the weekends. Once you visit Little TGV, you may totally be captured by the world of railway. Let me introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The eighth restaurant is Pizzeria Barnoga. With its being introduced this year, hotels aimed at tourists has been built one after another. Noga Hotel on the left-hand side is also new hotel, built in 2020. A restaurant on the ground floor of the hotel is Pizzeria and Bar Noga. This special restaurant consists of calm restaurant areas and a bar area, and its high classes market this place to be a chic spot for social interaction. Pizzeria and Bar Noga product offers a special Italia of fine taste cooked with carefully selected ingredients. Fresh raw ham sliced and served on order, and hot pigeon are perfect side desserts that go well with alcoholic drinks. If you like, you can reserve the restaurant for big parties such as wedding after parties, as well as funeral or welcome party. The party guests should be surprised and impressed by the restaurant, as they never experienced such a station stay in Akihabara. The back street is always busy with deep otaku and engineers coming and going, and lined with professional express shops which can meet their demands. On the weekends, boxes of parts and devices are placed in front of each shop, and the streets are crowded by people finding bargains. It interests the structure of Akihabara as a town of hobby, interest, and technology. Next, I introduce in the nice shop of Akihabara food lovers recommendation, Kanda Tamagoken, a shop with a yellow sign, located in the deep of a never always on your right side. The present menu in many restaurants in Japan is omelette rice. Ketchup fried chicken fried rice is replaced with thin omelette, or topped with omelette. Directly cooked and cut open on the rice is very popular from adults to children. The unique one with half-cooked omelette is common in Japan, maybe because fresh eggs are always vegetable. Kanda tamagoken is a shop specialty in such unique omelette rice. Its ground floor is open kitchen, and you can see chefs are cooking while enjoying piping hot, fresh-made omelette rice. There is a Gundam cafe in the area called Classified Arcade in the traveling direction. Do you know the animation movie Suit Gundam? The first series was aired in 1979, coined the same year when Sony Walkman was released. Since then, new series were made one after another to be aired on TV or screened, usually long-running anime works. On the right under the electric railway, can you find Gundam Cafe? At the corner there is the Chabara where carefully secret food products from all over Japan are sold. Next factory of Chabara is the Seik-based Akihabara. There is a Kamchife factory opened in 2019, which always treats you with new decoration and great business. The second with camera shop sells many portrait cameras and interchangeable lens. Recofan Akihabara Shop, a shop special in Proud cities and records. Final story direct mentioned by Final, Japanese earphone and headphone company. Tokyo Video Games, a cafe and a bar looks like retro game attract. Then please look at the right hand side. There is Akihabara brand of Taiko Labo, a Taiko or Japanese drum school of the largest ski in the world. Finally, I will introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation, the 10th shop. By the way, Akihabara also has an art center, 3331 Artist Chiyoda. From here, it is located in front right area. Finally, I will introduce next Akihabara food lovers recommendation, the 10th shop. It is full food season. Do you remember that I told you at the beginning of the tour that there was the largest vegetable and fruit market, Kanda Vegetable and Fruit Market, from 1928 to 1989 in Akihabara? At that time, fresh vegetables and fruits gathered to Akihabara from throughout Japan. The shop where the atmosphere of the bazaar market still remains is fruits de saison. When the market was to move, a family ran the wholesale business opened the shop, wishing to keep the place where people can eat a lot of tasty fruits. Fruit de saison especially is very luxury fruit parfait. Only fruits specialist would be able to make this parfait, with more than 10 different kinds of fresh fruits of the season, carefully secretly arranged correctly. Females and children as well as matrons able to lay in front of this artist parfait. Another popular menu is sandwich made on homemade clothing baked in the shop every morning. Set menu consists of the correct sandwiches, small piece of fruits cut up, drink, and a small side fruit is healthy and nutritious. Located a little bit aside of the center of Akihabara, fruit dessert is something like locust of the town. Please come to the locust in Akihabara to refresh your body and spirit tide in the hectic city. Now, I will finish introduce the 10 nice restaurants of Akihabara food lovers recommendation. Are there any shops you are interested in or you'd like to try? Then I will tell you the origin of the name of Akihabara. Tokyo fraction had fire since Edo period. Nothing had changed even in Meiji period, and there was a terrible fire in 1869. After the fire, the place around here was arranged to be a fire break. In the space, a Shinto shire was built, and 3 deities who private rights were invited from the interpretation place and Shire. However, people misunderstood that Akiba Daigogen, a famous deity who prevents fire, was unshared, so people called the shire Akiba-sama, and this area Akiba Golden no Harapa or Akihabara means the field of Akiba Daigogen shire. Hara in Japanese means the field of open space. This is the origin of the name Akihabara. The front left side of you is Yodobashi Camera, Multimedia Akiba. Yodobashi Camera is a major Japanese retail chain special in electronics cameras and photographs equipment, and this is the second largest store in Japan after Umeda store in Osaka. My tour guide friends often say this building has a black hole because some of their guests has disappeared in the building and never come back again. The guests who first could come back arrived would say they don't understand why they were late for the meeting time. Now there is an entrance to the Tsukuba Express Akihabara station on your right side. Tsukuba Express went into operation in 2005, linking between IT town Akihabara and Tsukuba Service City in 45 minutes. There are so many good restaurants I'd like to introduce to you, as good foods in Akihabara are very rich. I should be happy if I could have conveyed the attraction of the town of Otaku that you didn't know. When you visit Akihabara for sightseeing, please enjoy a drink, food, and restaurants. After the tour, wait a period if you take a few minutes to fill out our questionnaire before leaving. Thank you very much for joining Akihabara Hybrid Experience Tour.